Welcome, dear listener. Today we will explore how we can improve our reading skills.
This review is generated by artificial intelligence. It aims to provide a detailed, comprehensive review of the source material.
We will guide you through practical methods to enhance both your reading speed and your understanding.
We will look at key ideas from a valuable source, a source that offers simple yet powerful strategies.
We will examine each section and chapter carefully, step by step.
Yes, like approaching a technical manual. Our aim is to give you a clear understanding.
An understanding of how your eyes and mind work when you read.
And how small changes, well, they can lead to big improvements.
We will not rush. We want to ensure every concept is clearly explained for your benefit.
Let's begin with Section 1, Pre-Reading.
Chapter 1 starts with purpose. The idea of having a clear purpose before you read.
Think about how your mind focuses when you have a goal.
Like when you look for a new car model, you suddenly see that model everywhere.
Exactly. This chapter explains that our mind is a goal-seeking machine.
Setting a purpose for reading activates your brain. It makes it more attentive.
And less distracted. This helps you get through material faster, and with less effort, too.
Even if you do not consciously know your purpose for reading, there is always one.
We often assume our mind knows what we want, but we must state it clearly.
A clear purpose can be quite simple. For example, I am reading this to find answers for tomorrow's assignment.
Or you can ask specific questions you want the material to answer. This helps your mind filter information.
Some examples could be reading for money-saving strategies.
Or perhaps to pass an exam, improve computer skills, or even just to relax.
A few seconds spent setting a purpose can save much more time later. It's an investment.
The source suggests a practice drill. First, write down past reasons you read something.
Then, write future reading purposes for the next week, month, and year.
Be detailed. For instance, to understand the client's logistic requirements to streamline their delivery.
This creates a guide for your mind, a clear direction.
Now, let's move to Chapter 2, The Power of Preview.
This is about looking at the power of previewing, like exploring a new town before you decide what to do there.
When reading, it means quickly looking through the text.
Scanning the table of contents, main headings, bold words, and pictures.
Previewing gives your mind a framework, like the box cover of a jigsaw puzzle.
It helps your mind understand what information will be presented and how it is organized.
This makes it easier to make sense of the material quickly.
Previewing also helps your mind make more accurate predictions about what comes next in the text.
And this improves reading speed and comprehension.
We often make mistakes when reading because our mind predicts what is coming.
Yes, for example, proofreaders sometimes read backward to catch errors. Preview helps your mind predict correctly.
The book describes different preview guidelines for articles and reports.
Read the first and last paragraphs. Look at bold or italic words, quoted text, and illustrations.
And for books and manuals.
Read covers, the table of contents, chapter headings, also the preface, introduction, and conclusion. Skim for bold text, italics, quotes, diagrams.
What about textbooks?
Focus on assigned sections first. Read chapter objectives, summaries, review questions. Look for bold or italic items and illustrations.
And for stories and novels. If reading for pleasure, you might skip preview.
But for study, read covers, table of contents, skim for plot, setting, characters.
The source mentions a helpful acronym, THIEVES, for previewing.
T is for title, H for headings, I for introduction.
E is for every word in bold, underlined, quoted, or italics. V for visual aids.
E for end of chapter questions. And S for summary or conclusion.
It's important not to spend too much time on preview. Usually 45 seconds to 5 minutes is enough.
Skipping preview often leads to inaccurate predictions and lower comprehension.
Preview also helps confirm if the material meets your purpose. This saves time.
The practice drill here is to preview different types of materials you have collected, articles, books, and so on.
Scan the key elements. Resist the urge to start reading without previewing first.
Okay, Chapter 3 discusses changing styles.
This chapter highlights that not all reading material should be read in the same way.
We need to change our reading style based on what we are reading.
It's like tasting, swallowing, or chewing different foods differently.
Your understanding of a subject and the difficulty of the text should change your reading speed.
Many people read everything the same way, just out of habit.
This can make them feel they are not good at certain subjects.
But it is okay to adjust your speed and attention. It's actually necessary.
Let's look at guidelines for different types of material, technical material.
Read slowly and carefully, like manuals or legal documents. Every line is important.
What about familiar material?
If you know the topic well, you can read faster. If it is complicated or new, you should slow down.
And reading for pleasure.
Read at a comfortable pace. You can skip parts that do not interest you.
How about relevance?
Read thoroughly for information that is very important or will be relevant for a long time.
Read quickly if the information is only for a temporary problem.
And foundational material.
Always spend extra time on basic information that builds up to complex ideas. Do not skim over these parts.
Good reading involves changing pace often. Sometimes you read fast, sometimes slow.
This is especially true for research where some ideas might repeat. You can speed up then.
The book suggests asking yourself 3 questions before reading. First, what am I trying to gain?
Second, how long will the information be relevant?
And third, how difficult is the material? Your answers will tell you how to adjust your reading.
For the practice drill, read a few pages of different materials. Adjust your pace based on their style, form, genre, and relevance.
Practice alternating between easy and difficult texts. This helps you learn to switch your speed effectively.
All right, let's move to Section 2, Speed Reading Techniques.
Chapter 4 introduces space reading. Now we move to techniques that directly increase reading speed.
The human eye can process an image as a whole, or as many small parts.
Most people read word by word. This is like focusing on one eyelash instead of a whole face. It's not efficient.
So, space reading. This technique tells you to look at the blank spaces between words, not the words themselves.
When you focus on the spaces, your eyes do not stop on individual words.
This helps your eyes pick up more information at once, a wider span.
The book explains how the technique was found by looking at spaces between 3 or 4 words.
It provides an example exercise with dots between words. It encourages you to imagine scanning only the dots.
Your mind still captures the text. It's quite remarkable.
How do you progress with this? Start by looking at spaces between every 2 words.
Then every 3 words, then every 4. The goal is to glance at only a few spaces per line.
Don't analyze. Just keep a steady rhythm. With practice, you can absorb whole sentences by looking at just 2 spaces.
And also expand your side vision, what's called peripheral vision.
It's important to remember this is an innate ability, not a completely new skill to learn.
You just need to change your habit from looking at words to looking at spaces.
The practice drill for this chapter is to reread the chapter using space reading.
First, move quickly from space to space, then between every 2 words, then 3, and finally 4 words.
Try to understand the meaning as you do this. Practice this on other materials you've collected too.
Okay, Chapter 5 introduces chunking, our next technique to boost reading speed.
Instead of looking at individual words, you look at groups of words. These are called chunks.
This works on the same principle as space reading, opening your line of sight.
When we focus on one word, our eyes narrow their view. This makes us read one word at a time.
Chunking widens this view to capture more words in one glance.
The text gives an example with text separated by a slash character, like, your eyes and mind work together.
It shows how the mind can grasp chunks like your eyes and mind as one unit.
The key is to grab chunks that form a phrase, 2 or more words that make a meaningful unit.
Avoid random combinations of words that do not make sense together. Look for natural phrases.
Both space reading and chunking work by softening your eye's gaze. However, you should choose one technique to focus on first.
They are hard to use together, especially initially. Your preference will guide your choice.
You might find one works better for different types of materials.
The practice drill. Reread this chapter using chunking. Start with 2 words at a time, then 3, then 4.
Focus on grabbing chunks, not on meaning at first. Just get the rhythm.
Then, practice picking out chunks that form meaningful phrases. Slow down if needed.
Finally, read for comprehension, understanding how the phrases connect.
Chapter 6 addresses subvocalization, a habit that can greatly slow down your reading.
It is when you say every word you read, either out loud, in your head, or by moving your lips.
Speech is slow.
Yeah.
Our mind sees words much faster than we can say them.
Subvocalization forces your brain to perform 2 tasks at once. This limits your reading speed.
It also makes reading boring sometimes, as inner thoughts are often monotone. This can lead to daydreaming.
You can check if you subvocalize by noticing if your lips move, or if you hear words distinctly in your head.
This habit starts when we learn to read phonetically. But once you are fluent, it is no longer needed. It holds you back.
The source presents methods to reduce or remove subvocalization. First, simply close your mouth.
Keep your mouth closed to stop lip movements and speaking words aloud.
Second, read faster than speech. Use space reading or chunking to grab multiple words at once.
Move so fast that you cannot possibly sound them out individually.
Third, try humming. Hum a tune to keep your vocal cords busy. This can drown out the inner voice. Humming can also set your reading pace.
Fourth, music. Listen to instrumental music, loud enough to prevent you from hearing your thoughts clearly.
Music without lyrics works best. Lyrics can compete for attention.
These methods need habit shifts, but they can potentially double or triple your reading speed almost immediately.
The practice drill. Choose space reading or chunking. Reread the chapter while trying to stop subvocalizing.
First, keep your mouth closed. If your lips move, stop and restart.
Then, try to read faster than you can speak. Use humming if it helps.
Do not worry about comprehension at first. Just focus on removing the vocalization habit.
Section 3 focuses on enhancing the techniques. Chapter 7 is about fixation.
Fixation is the length of time your eyes stop and rest on a word or group of words.
Our eyes also jump between words. This happens very quickly, but it creates a barrier to reading faster.
Eyes must fixate to see clearly, but too many fixations, or holding them too long, slows reading.
It also reduces comprehension, meaning is easier to get from groups of words than single ones.
Slower reading due to too much fixation can also make reading less enjoyable.
To increase reading speed and understanding, we need to manage eye fixation. There are two main ways.
First, reduce the number of fixations. This means picking up more words each time your eye stops.
Techniques like space reading, chunking, and reducing subvocalization help with this. They allow you to capture 3 to 7 words or more in one glance.
Second, reduce the length of fixation. Shorten the time your eyes spend on each pause.
Keep your eyes moving forward. Move to the next space or chunk of words.
The average reader fixates about 4 times per second. Reducing this by half can double speed.
The practice drill involves rereading the chapter using space reading or chunking and limiting subvocalization.
But now, also, focus on making fixations shorter. Read a little faster than you are comfortable with.
Do this several times. The goal is to develop control over your eye movements.
Slow down if they become erratic, then speed up again. Then reread for comprehension.
Chapter 8 looks at regression.
Regression means reading the same text multiple times, going back to words you have already read.
This is very common. Studies show people spend up to 1/3 of their reading time doing this.
Regression is not good for speed reading. It is like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. It slows your speed.
It also reduces comprehension. You lose track of the main point when you backtrack constantly.
Most importantly, it breaks the reading flow between your eyes and mind.
Why does regression happen? There are several reasons.
It can be natural, just how our eyes move sometimes, or lack of focus, your mind wanders.
Subvocalization can cause it too. Your eyes move faster than your mouth, forcing you to go back.
Or wrong fixation. Your eyes land on the wrong spot, so you need to go back. And finally, just habit.
The source presents ways to avoid regression. First, have a clear purpose.
A clear purpose keeps your mind focused on the text, reducing mind wandering.
Second, stop subvocalizing. This prevents your mouth from trying to keep up with your eyes.
Third, use an index card. Slide an index card down the page to cover text you have already read.
This makes it physically impossible to look back, a useful tool.
Fourth, control fixations. Make your eye jumps and stops deliberate and controlled, not erratic.
Focus on control over speed, especially as a beginner.
The practice drill. Reread the chapter without regressing, even if you feel you missed something.
Use an index card if it helps. The goal is to change the habit of going back.
Resist the strong urge to reread. This teaches your brain to be attentive the first time.
Chapter 9 discusses visual range.
To pick up more words in a single glance, you need to expand your visual range.
This is your ability to see objects beyond what you are directly looking at, using your peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision is everything you see from the sides of your eyes while looking straight ahead.
It is the largest part of our visual field. It helps us react to things around us.
We use it for driving or playing sports, but we often do not use it much for reading.
Using peripheral vision for reading widens your visual range. It allows you to capture more text in one glance.
The brain processes information from the sides 25% faster, which is interesting.
It also helps soften your gaze and can reduce regression and extended fixations.
The book describes 6 exercises to expand your visual range. Let's briefly mention them.
First, sticks and straw. Look at the center of a straw. Insert toothpicks into both ends using only peripheral vision.
Second, off the wall. Bounce the ball. Watch a spot on the wall. Use peripheral vision to track the ball.
Third, open your awareness. Stare at a target. Notice more details to your right and left without moving your eyes.
Fourth, the Schultz table. Focus on the center of a number grid. Identify numbers in outer squares using peripheral vision.
Fifth, raining letters. Look at the center letter in a column. Recite letters to the left and right.
Sixth, centered text. Read a centered poem. Focus on the middle line. Use peripheral vision for words on both sides.
The source emphasizes using soft focus instead of hard focus when reading. This makes better use of peripheral vision and reduces eye strain.
It is important to do all 6 exercises. Their benefits build on each other.
The practice drill. First, do the 6 exercises to get comfortable with peripheral vision.
Then reread the chapter. Try to catch 1 extra word to the left and right of your focus.
Aim to space read or chunk 4 to 5 words, then 5 to 6, and so on. This takes consistent practice over time.
Now, Section 4, Improving Comprehension. Chapter 10 focuses on reading for ideas or main points.
Speed reading is not just about reading fast, it is about understanding.
This chapter focuses on finding the main ideas or points an author is trying to make.
If you only pay attention to small details like facts and dates, you can miss the main message.
The book gives an example. Someone telling you about their vacation by listing actions, packing, driving, flying without saying vacation.
The vacation is the main point, the core idea.
Remember the fixation example from Chapter 7? Knowing what fixation is? That's a detail.
Understanding how reducing it helps reading speed is the main point. Many people, especially students, miss the big picture.
To improve comprehension, always look for the main points and the broader context.
Ask yourself, what is the point of the sentence, paragraph, or passage?
Understand how sentences build paragraphs, how paragraphs build chapters, and how chapters build the whole work.
You can also use previewing to get the overall message first.
Then see how the author supports it with details as you read. This helps you grasp concepts and positions, not just facts.
The practice drill involves reviewing the introduction and previous chapters of this book.
Think about the main points and how details supported them. For example, why did Chapter 2 include that story about Belize?
Then, practice finding the main points in your collected sample materials.
Chapter 11 gives another way to find main ideas, by identifying topic sentences.
A paragraph is a group of sentences that discusses one main idea.
The source explains the formal structure of a paragraph. First, the topic sentence.
It presents the main idea of the paragraph. It is like an introduction. It holds all the facts and details together.
Second, the supporting sentences. These are the details, examples, reasons, and facts that explain the topic sentence.
Third, the concluding sentence. It brings the paragraph to a close, often by restating the topic sentence or summarizing the supporting information.
It can also lead smoothly into the next paragraph.
The book uses the hamburger analogy. The top bun is the topic sentence. The bottom bun is the concluding sentence. The meat is the supporting sentences.
Both buns hold the burger together. A good visual.
How do you find the topic sentence? It is most often the first sentence.
It tends to be short and general. It can pose a question that the rest of the paragraph answers.
It may contain words that repeat later in the paragraph.
It often contains transition words, like next, another, or however.
It can also follow a transition sentence that links to the previous paragraph. Sometimes it's not the first sentence.
The book gives examples of paragraphs and helps identify their topic sentences, including a difficult example where the topic sentence is not the first.
Do not be discouraged if it is challenging at first. It takes practice.
The practice drill. Identify the topic sentence in example paragraphs provided in the chapter.
Then continue practicing with the paragraphs in your collected materials.
Chapter 12 is about vocabulary.
A strong vocabulary is very important for speed reading. If you do not know the meaning of words, your reading slows down a lot.
Your eyes stop on unfamiliar words,
Yeah.
and you want to go back to regress.
Studies show that people with a strong vocabulary understand more and read faster.
The more words your brain knows, the quicker it can process meaning.
However, building vocabulary takes time and effort. It is not a quick fix like some other techniques.
A weak vocabulary hurts speed reading. It increases fixation, regression, and breaks your reading pace.
It is hard to speed read text if you do not understand the words within it.
The source presents creative and effective ways to build vocabulary. First, circle unfamiliar words.
As you read, circle words you do not know, then look them up later. Reread the sentence with the new definition.
Second, use a thesaurus. Along with a dictionary, a thesaurus gives you synonyms, words with similar meanings.
This helps you learn many related words at once.
Third, read a variety of materials. Different types of books and articles use different words.
This exposes you to a wider range of vocabulary naturally.
Fourth, listen to audiobooks. Auditory cues like tone help your brain understand word meanings. You can also listen while doing other activities.
Fifth, learn prefixes and suffixes. Knowing common prefixes, like un meaning not, and suffixes, like ishing meaning like, helps you guess the meaning of new words.
Sixth, talk to people with strong vocabulary. Ask them what unfamiliar words mean. Do not be shy. This reinforces memory and understanding.
Seventh, study more words actively. Use apps, software, games, or online videos.
Building vocabulary is a long-term approach. It requires consistent effort over months, not days or weeks. It is an active process, not passive.
The practice drill. Apply these tips to your sample materials. Circle unfamiliar words. Look up definitions and synonyms. Practice using these new words in conversations.
Now, Section 5 additional tips. Chapter 13 is on remembering what you read.
What good is reading fast if you forget everything?
This chapter tells us that we often forget up to 80% of what we read, see, or hear within just a few hours.
We need to take action to remember things.
If you do not try to remember, your brain will likely discard the information.
When you read nonstop, new information replaces old. The key is recall and review.
How do you recall and review? First, stop. Stop every half hour or after each chapter or section.
Second, recall. Try to remember what you just read from memory, without looking at notes or the text.
Third, review. After recalling, look at the passage or notes. Check if your memory was accurate and complete.
Underlining important areas as you read can help with the review step.
This process ensures information stays fresh. Practice it during breaks.
After finishing a book, take time to recall as much as possible, then review to cement it in your memory.
For fiction, recall events and characters. For nonfiction, focus on main points and topic sentences.
At first, you may struggle to recall much. This shows how quickly the brain discards information if we don't engage it.
But practice trains your mind to hold on to more. It also improves concentration. Your mind knows it will need to remember later.
The practice drill. Recall the main points and details of this chapter without looking. Then, review to check your memory.
Repeat this with your collected sample materials. Recognize that recall takes practice. It will get easier over time as your brain learns to retain information better.
Chapter 14 discusses visualization.
Daydreaming is another habit that slows reading. Our mind can wander easily, thinking about other things instead of the text.
This means you can read for hours but understand very little.
While we cannot stop daydreaming completely, we can manage it through visualization.
This means forming mental images of what you are reading.
Instead of letting your mind create random images, you consciously create images based on the words.
If you are reading a novel, picture the characters and scenes. If it is a process, visualize each step.
For an instruction manual, see how each step is performed in your mind's eye.
The goal is to visualize while you read, allowing both activities to happen at the same time. This is challenging, but can be learned.
How do you develop visualization skills? Start simply.
Visualize single words first. Quickly create a mental image for dog or phone.
Then phrases. Visualize pairs of words like red brick or green apple.
Then sentences. Picture the action described in simple sentences.
For fiction, let images appear like a movie in your head as you read descriptive stories.
For news articles and reports, picture the events and incidents being described.
For history, visualize historical events, places, and leaders.
For science, see the parts and processes described, like organs of the body or plant processes.
Practicing in this order helps you adjust to reading and visualizing at the same time.
Visualization brings many benefits. It makes reading more engaging and vivid.
It improves memory. Pictures are often easier to remember than words.
And it greatly aids comprehension. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
The practice drill. Reread this chapter, visualizing each sentence as you go. Be creative for sentences that do not easily form images.
Combine this with skills from previous drills, space reading or chunking, peripheral vision, and reducing subvocalization, fixation, and regression.
Finally, Chapter 15 focuses on eye health.
Our eyes work very hard, constantly moving, fixating, and jumping to help us see and read. This chapter focuses on how to take care of them.
Eyes can get overworked and tired. It is important to stretch and strengthen eye muscles.
And relieve strain. Ensure they get oxygen and hydration.
Strong, flexible eye muscles help you focus better. They help capture more text and experience less strain. This leads to quicker reading.
The source presents simple eye exercises to keep your eyes healthy. Let's list a few.
Left and right. Look far left, then far right 10 times without moving your head.
Eye roll. Rotate your eyes clockwise and counterclockwise in a full circle, 5 times each way.
Figure eights. Move your eyes in the shape of a figure 8 5 times in each direction.
Plus sign. Look left, right, up, down, returning to the center each time 5 times.
Scream and squeeze. Open eyes and mouth wide for 3 seconds, then squeeze them shut tightly for 3 seconds 5 times. This stretches face muscles connected to the eyes.
Blinking. Close your eyes for half a second, then open 10 times.
Eye massage. Gently massage your eyelids and the bones around your eyes with your fingers.
Also, take regular eye breaks. Every hour or so, stop reading or looking at screens.
Stand up, walk around, look at an object about 20 feet away for 20 seconds to 2 minutes without moving your eyes.
This relaxes your eyes and reduces strain.
These exercises and breaks can make your vision clearer. They can reduce headaches, migraines, and dry eyes.
Do them daily. Choose 1 or 2 for each session.
The practice drill. First, do the eye exercises to feel comfortable.
Then, apply this expanded visual awareness to rereading this chapter. Try to catch more words with each glance and continue building on other skills.
We have now completed our review of techniques to improve reading.
You have learned that speed reading is about shifting habits.
Looking at spaces or chunks of words, keeping your inner voice silent, reducing eye stops.
Eliminating rereading, and expanding what your eyes can see at once.
It is important to remember that if you do not actively work to remember what you read, you will forget most of it.
So recalling and reviewing the material, as we discussed, is crucial. It makes the learning stick.
Take time now to recall and review the sections and chapters we have discussed in this review.
Think about what stood out, what you learned, and even what you found challenging.
Areas of resistance often show where you have room to grow.
Recall strengthens your memory. The more you recall, the better you remember.
Use what you do remember to trigger other memories. After recalling, review the material to check your accuracy.
No one remembers everything in one pass. Not even experts. Review is key.
The most important takeaway from all these techniques is the need for practice.
These methods are not difficult in concept, but they require you to break old habits and build new ones.
Do not wait for a specific reading task. Practice the exercises regularly until they become natural, automatic.
If you are seeking to improve your reading speed, comprehension, and memory, we strongly recommend you read the full book.
It offers more details and guidance to help you master these skills fully.
Mastering these skills is not just about reading faster, it's about thinking more effectively.
How might using these techniques change not just how fast you read, but how deeply you understand the information you encounter every day?